Hello everyone, good morning. Let's continue to talk about the Pythagoras theorem. We've been learning this theorem for a week and the questions become harder and harder. So today we go to a totally another level. So let's recall the Pythagoras theorem. So this is a triangle, just a triangle. But if you are given one more information which is about a right angle, if a right angle is given to us, then we call this a right angle triangle, so that we could use the Pythagoras theorem. But first of all, you have to locate. You have to tell which side is the hypotenuse. Yes, I'm sure that you should be able to tell me this one is the hypotenuse. How do you know that it is the hypotenuse? Because this is the one opposite to the right angle. So they just keep a far distance from each other. This one is not hypotenuse because this one is next to the right angle. And this one is not also a right hypotenuse because this is also next to the right angle. They touch each other. So these two are legs. But this one, which is not touching the right angle, is the hypotenuse. So we have hypotenuse, and we have leg, and we have one more leg. And the Pythagoras theorem says that the hypotenuse square always equals to the sum of the legs square. Legs square plus legs square becomes hypotenuse square. So this is the Pythagoras theorem. And today let's recall one more very useful tool, which is, do you remember how do we call this? We have a perfect square, right? So we call this a perfect square positive. We could use an identity. Remember how to use that identity? So when we have this pattern, when we have a bracket, square, and then plus. So this is a perfect square positive. We know that according to the identity, the result will become very nice. It has this pattern: bracket square plus two brackets plus bracket square. Do you remember this? So whatever we put here, say if you put A, then we're gonna have A and A in these two brackets. Whatever you put here, say B, then you will have B and B in these two brackets. So this is how we use the identity to expand. Now let's do one more time. Bracket square positive, this is perfect square positive. According to the identity, it becomes bracket square plus two bracket plus bracket square. So if you have 5 and m, then how to fill inside these brackets? First of all, the first two brackets should put 5. And the last two brackets, we should put m. So remember that? We call this the perfect square positive identity. So let's come back to here. You should be able to expand these brackets by using identity. The result will become a to the power of 2 plus 2ab plus b to the power of 2. Perfect square positive identity. So what about this one? What if it is x plus y together to the power of 2? The result will become, I'm very sorry for the reflection. Here now I'm at the school hall. Because all the classrooms are locked. So therefore I cannot use the classroom's computer. I have to use this one in the school hall, but there's the glass here, so there's a reflection. So please excuse me. And now, x plus y to the power of 2 will become x to the power of 2 plus 2 times what? 2 times x times y, and then finally here, plus y to the power of 2. Yes. Okay, for the first one, what about if it is x plus 1 to the power of 2? Then the result, according to the identity, what about the first bracket? It becomes x squared plus what? What is the question mark here? Plus 2 times x times 1. And then the last bracket should be 1. So this is how we expand the perfect square positive. So what about the second one? X plus 2 to the power of 2 will become, first of all, x to the power of 2 plus here 2 times x times 2. And then finally, plus 2 to the power of 2. Okay, let's try to simplify them. X squared is x squared. What about this part? 2 times x altogether become 4x. And then finally, 2 to the power of 2 is 4. So that you should simplify. Your answer should be x to the power of 2 plus 4x plus 4. Okay? So now let's go back to the triangle, right angle triangle. We have a triangle here, not just a triangle, but right angle triangle. So the three sides are given to you. First of all, this one is x plus 2, and then this one is 5. The last one here is x. So are you able to relate these three sides together? And then finally, could you tell what is x? Could you do that? So which one to start first? 5x or x plus 2? Which one is the hypotenuse? Yes, of course, the green one, because this one is not touching the right angle. This one is the hypotenuse. So, please excuse me not using ruler because I don't have more than one hand. Here, right angle triangle, we have x plus 2, and then we have 5, and then we have what? What is that? X. So, as usual, we should start from the hypotenuse. So the hypotenuse, is it just x? No. Is it just 2? No, but x plus 2. So they are in one piece altogether. Therefore, you should put a bracket, x plus 2 to the power of 2. The hypotenuse square equals to the sum of the legs square. First of all, we have x as the first leg, and then 5 as the second leg. Okay, the hypotenuse, the whole thing, you should put a bracket to protect it, and then the whole thing to the power of 2, the hypotenuse square, equals to the sum of the legs square. All right? So that you should have this as the first step. X plus 2 to the power of 2 equals to x squared plus 5 squared. All right? Now, here, obviously we have perfect square positive. So are you able to expand it using identity? So first of all, please write down the pattern. The result, according to the identity, we should have how many terms? 3 terms. Bracket square plus 2 brackets plus bracket square. Is that right? According to the identity, you could expand this part into 3 terms. And then now, for this side, I'm not doing anything, so I just copy equals to x squared plus 5 squared. All right? Now, are you able to tell me how to fill inside these brackets? These 2 brackets, what should we put? Yes, the first term, which is x. What about these 2 terms? What should we put? The second term, which is 2. Okay? Now, are you able to simplify them? X squared is just x squared. What about here? What's going on? 2 times x times 2. 2 times 2 becomes 4. 4 times x is 4x, positive. So, plus 4x. And then finally, 2 squared becomes 4. Yes. So, according to the identity, we could expand it, and it becomes x squared plus 4x plus 4. And we know that it is going to be equal to the other side, x squared plus 5 squared. What is 5 squared? 25 plus 25. Okay? So that here, let's go back to here. Using the identity, we could expand this part as x squared plus 4x, x squared plus 4x plus x, right? And then the other side, we just copy equals to x squared, and 5 to the power of 2 should become 25. Okay, so this is the second step. And now, How are we going to do to simplify? Is there any like thing, the same thing that we could cross it out on the left-hand side and right-hand side? Yes, the x squared, they are just the same. We could cut them out. Because they are the same, we could cut them out. And therefore, we have 4x plus 4 on the left-hand side. We have 25 on the right-hand side. What's next? We have a number 4 here, and we also have a number 25, and they should be combined because they are like terms. So bring the 4, positive 4, to the other side, become negative 4. So 25 minus 4 will become 21. 4x will become 21. And then we want to know what is x, so how to get rid of the 4. Bring it down, become divide, so that we have x equals to 21 divided by 4, and then it becomes 5.25. Then we stop here. This is the values of the unknown x. Okay? So I'm so sorry again about the refraction. So next time I will try to avoid using this computer. Now, I know that you want more demonstrations, so let's do 2 more questions. Please follow me. What about question number 3? This one. So let's do this one together. Now, we have a right angle here, right? So this is a right angle triangle. We're going to use the Pythagoras theorem to relate all the 3 sides together so that we could have an equation. So which one is the hypotenuse? X 9, or x plus 2? Which one? Of course, this one. Because this one is opposite into the right angle. So this one is the hypotenuse. So the hypotenuse, not only x, not only 2, but x plus 2. So altogether, the whole thing, you should put a square to the whole thing. So you should use a bracket. Therefore, we should write the hypotenuse square equals to the sum of the legs square. The first leg is x. The second leg is 9. So we have the sum of the legs square equals to the hypotenuse square. Is it okay for the first step? And now let's continue. I know the most confusing part is here because you have to expand these brackets. And you should use the identity. This is perfect square positive. So write down the result, bracket square plus 2 bracket plus bracket square. Okay? So are you able to fill inside these brackets? The first 2 brackets, you should put x. The last 2 brackets, you should put 2. Okay? So you should further simplify them. First of all, take out the bracket, you have x squared. This is the first term. The second term here. So all these guys, they times together. 2 times x times 2. Number times number. 2 times 2 become 4. 4 times x, 4x. So positive 4x. And then what about this? 2 squared is 2 times 2 become 4. So there we have 4. Okay? These are the things on the left-hand side. Now let's consider the right-hand side equals to the right-hand side. Anything that we could do, x squared is just x squared. Plus, what about 9 squared? 9 squared means what? Is it 18? No, it's not 18, not 9 times 2. 9 squared means 9 times 9. So it should be 81. Okay? So here, I'm going to copy so that we have x squared plus 81. So the left-hand side, we've got 3 terms. The right-hand side, we've got 2 terms. Now, we have to simplify them. So what could we do? Yeah, x squared and x squared. Do you see that? They are the same. So that we could cross them out. And then we have a number 4 and 81, they are just a numbers. We should try to bring them together. So why not bring the 4 positive to here, become negative 4. So that we have 81 minus 4. Bring the positive 4 to here, become negative 4. And then on the left-hand side, we've got only 4x. Okay? So 81 minus 4 becomes, what is that? 77. So 4x equals to 77. So one more step, we are not done yet. This is 4x, but we want to know what is x. So how to get rid of the 4? Bring the 4 down, so it becomes divide. So x equal to 77 over 4. And because this exercise, look at here, the first line, you're supposed to give your answer to 3 significant figures. So therefore, 77 divided by 4. 77 divided by 4 become 19.25. X equal to 19.25, but we have to give our answer in 3 significant. So let's start from the first one. 1, 2, and 3. So these 3 numbers, we're going to use these 3 numbers. But wait, you have to check the next number. Is it big enough? Yes, 5 is big enough. When it is 5 or more than 5, it is big enough. So that you have to add 1 to the last number. Your answer is going to be 19 point, not 2, but 3. You should write 19.3. This is corrected to 3 significant figures. Okay? Let's do one more, shall we? How about number 2? Number 2, this one. So we have a right angle triangle and we have 3 sides. Of course, we should start from the hypotenuse. So, I see that this one is the hypotenuse because this one is opposite to the right angle. So we're going to give a square to the hypotenuse, right? But if you just put a square, then there's a problem. Because if you just write a square, the square just belongs to 3. It has nothing to do with the y. So this is so unfair because the whole thing y plus 3 is the hypotenuse. The square belongs to the whole thing. So that you should put a bracket. Don't miss the bracket, okay? Put a bracket and then put a square because the square belongs to everyone. Y plus 3 is the whole hypotenuse. Everyone deserves the power 2. You have to put a bracket first. Therefore, write down y plus 3 to the power of 2. Hypotenuse square equals to the sum of the leg square, which is y squared plus 23 squared. Okay? This is the first step using the Pythagoras. And now, so are you confident enough to expand this? Again, perfect square positive. So, according to the identity, we should have these results. So are you able to fill in the blanks? Y, yes, y and y, the first term. And then 3 and 3, the second term. So equals to the other side, y squared is still y squared, and 23 squared is, what is that? It's a very big number. 23 to the power of 2, using this button, to the power of 2. 23 to the power of 2. It's going to be very big, 529. 529. Okay? And now you should try to simplify this part because there are so many brackets here. So first of all, y to the power of 2. Remove the brackets. We're just having y to the power of 2. And then here, it is like a mess, so many things here. What are they doing? They are times together, multiplication. 2 times 3 becomes 6. 6 times y, 6y. So that you may just write 6y positive. And then 3 to the power of 2. What is 3 to the power of 2? Is it 6? No, it's not 6, not 3 times 2. 3 to the power of 2 means 3 times 3. 3 to the power of 2 means 3 times 3. 4 to the power of 2 means 4 times 4. So here it means 3 times 3, which is 9. All right? So look at these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 terms. Anything that we could do to simplify, anything the same, y squared and y squared the same, you could cut them out, right? Any like terms left behind? I see that we have a number, positive 9, and we also have a number, 529. Should we combine them? Yes, first of all, we should bring them together. The positive 9, bring it to here, becomes negative 9. And then there we've got 6y, we still have 6y here. So we have 6y equal to 529 minus 9. So that it becomes 520, right? We have 6y equals to 520. So we want to know what is y. We should get rid of the 6. Bring it down to the other side, become division. Because now they times together, so that when you bring it to the other side, it becomes division. Y equal to 520 divided by 6. 520 divided by 6 becomes, such a very long number. Okay, but don't worry, we just need to give our answer in 3 significant figures. So our answer is going to be first number 8, the second number 6, the third number 6. 66.6, but wait, you should check the next number. Oh, this is 6, so it is big enough. Therefore, the last number here, you should increase it by 1. Your answer should be 66 point, not 6 but 7. You should write 66.7 as the answer. Y equals to 86.7. Okay, don't forget to write down. This answer is corrected to 3 significant figures. Okay? So today, you're going to use 2 things. You have to use Pythagoras theorem, and you also need to use the identity to help you to open the brackets. Okay? So today's homework, you're going to do this one, worksheet 6. If you have any question, you may contact me. My number is 97041022. I am Mr. Chiu. So I'm looking forward to check your work on Google Classroom. See you next time. Bye-bye.